You're lifting, you're walking, you're eating clean, you've cut out alcohol, you stopped snacking, maybe even added in some little cardio. And yet, your body hasn't changed. So you track your steps, you follow your plan, maybe even weigh your food once in a while, but somehow it still feels like nothing's working. You're thinking,
maybe it's just my hormones. Maybe it's stress. Maybe my metabolism is just slow.
No, you're not crazy and you're not broken. You've just been fed a confusing story, one that left out the part that actually matters. Energy balance and how to measure it properly. If you watched my video on metabolism, this is the next piece of the puzzle. If not, you're still in the right place because today we're unpacking the truth about calories, hormones, and food logging, the tool that will change how you eat forever. Let's be honest, this whole industry thrives on confusion. One side screams just eat less and move more. The other side insists that no, calories don't matter anymore. It's all about hormones. Meanwhile, you're stuck in the middle wondering who's actually right. Here's the thing, they're both half right. Calories do matter and hormones do matter. But the science hasn't changed, the storytelling has. We've gone from discipline culture to body positivity culture and somehow both lost the truth in the middle, ownership. Because understanding your body isn't about control or punishment, it's about awareness. You can't improve what you don't understand. And here's the bigger picture. We live in an environment that makes balance almost impossible. Portion sizes have doubled since the 1970s. Food is everywhere, 24/7, engineered to hit your dopamine system perfectly. Right now, around 40% of US adults are classified as obese. Among kids and teens, it's about 1 in 5. And that rate has doubled since 1999. Half of all calories consumed today come from ultra-processed foods, stuff designed to be easy to overeat and hard to stop, that disconnect us from our bodies and our natural signals. This isn't about shame, it's about understanding the game you're playing. Because if the default is overconsumption, then awareness becomes your advantage. Energy balance is simple in theory and nuanced in reality. It's the relationship between calories in and calories out. Calories in is everything you consume, you eat or you drink, while calories out is everything your body burns just to stay alive, digest food, move, and train. Now here's where people get it wrong. They treat hormones like they're outside the equation. They're not. Hormones affect how energy balance plays out, not whether it applies. Your thyroid regulates how much energy you burn at rest. Insulin decides whether that fuel gets stored or used. Leptin and ghrelin control hunger and fullness. Cortisol affects craving, sleep, and how your body partitions fuel. So yes, hormones matter a lot, but they operate within the same system. They don't rewrite physics. It all determines how much calories in versus calories out. Here's what studies show. Even when accounting for hormonal differences like thyroid issues, insulin resistance, menopause, energy balance still determines weight direction over time, and your body adapts. In a calorie deficit, you burn fewer calories and feel hungrier. That's not metabolic damage, that's survival. In a surplus, you move more, fidget more, burn a little more. It's a constant dance. And your job isn't to control every step, it's to learn the rhythm. So how do you actually see energy balance in your real life? That's where food logging comes in. The unsexy superpower that works better than any hack you'll find online. Here's what the research says. People who log their food consistently lose twice as much weight as those who don't. Those who log multiple times per day are more successful long-term. The act of logging alone, without even changing the diet, reduces calorie intake by up to 20% because of awareness. Frequent loggers tend to eat more protein, fewer processed foods, and have better nutrient balance overall. And that's not coincidence. That's feedback. Logging creates self-awareness, and self-awareness changes behavior. From a brain perspective, it works like this. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that handles discipline and long-term decision-making, only activates when you're consciously paying attention. Logging forces attention. It moves you from autopilot eating to aware eating. And awareness drives better choices. Let's get something straight. Logging isn't obsessive, it's objective. It's not about judging your food, it's about collecting data. You're not tracking because you need control. You're tracking because you want clarity. You're learning the patterns that your brain can't spot in the moment. And no, you don't have to track forever. Think of it like learning to drive. At first, you check every mirror, every speed sign, every little motion, but after a while, you just kind of know. That's the goal here. All right, let's talk about how to actually do this, because this is where people quit before they even start. Step 1, choose your method. You've got 3 main options here. Option 1, easiest, apps. Apps make it easier to track calories, macros, and micronutrients all in one place. Option 2, hand portion method. If you hate logging apps, use your hands. For most women, 1 palm equals protein, 1 cupped hand equals carb, 1 thumb equals fat, and 1 fist of veggies per meal. For men, double that. Not perfect, but consistent. Option 3, notebook or photos. Write down what and how much you ate or snap a picture if you're busy. The point is awareness, not perfection. Step 2, when to log. So you have a few options here depending on your personality. Real-time logging, enter it right before or after you eat. This keeps you honest and accurate. You can pre-log it. Great if you're a planner or you eat similar meals often. Log your meals for the day ahead of time so you can see how the numbers line up before you eat. That way you can adjust accordingly. This is perfect for meal prep weeks or busy work days. Or there's the hybrid approach. Pre-log breakfast and lunch, then log dinner in real time. Step 3, make it easy to repeat. Here's how to make logging sustainable. Save frequently eaten meals. Most apps let you label a meal like Tuesday lunch bowl or protein shake. 1 tap and you're done. Create recipes in your app if you meal prep. Plug in the ingredients once, then every time you eat that meal, you just select it. Use barcode scanning when possible. It's faster and it reduces human error. The key to success is automation. You want to make it so easy that tracking becomes a 30-second task, not a 10-minute chore. And step 4, what to look for when reviewing your logs. Now this is the part people skip, and it's the most important. Logging isn't just about collecting numbers. It's about learning patterns. Here's what to actually review. 1, calories. Your daily total and weekly average. Are you genuinely in a deficit, surplus, or maintenance zone? 2, macronutrients. Protein, aim for 0.7 to 1 gram per pound of goal body weight. Carbs, adjust based on activity. More if you're training hard, less if you're sedentary. Fats, usually 25 to 35% of total calories. Sugar, keep added sugars under 10% of total calories. Natural sugars like fruit and dairy aren't the issue. It's the added ones that spike hunger. Micronutrients, most apps like Chronometer show vitamin and mineral ranges. Focus on iron, calcium, vitamin D, magnesium, and potassium. They're the most commonly deficient. If you see consistent gaps, you can correct through food before reaching for supplements. Whole versus ultra-processed ratio. Aim for roughly 80-20 whole to processed food. That alone will fix most nutrient deficiencies without overthinking it. Instead of thinking in weeks, think in phases. Each phase builds on the last. Phase 1, baseline. This should take about 1 week. Just observe. Log everything without changing a thing. Focus on accuracy and honesty. You're collecting data on calories, macros, and food types, no judgment. For phase 2, review and adjust. This is usually 1 to 2 weeks. Analyze. Look at your averages, your macros, your sugar intake, and your processed versus whole food ratio. Pick one lever to adjust. Maybe it's protein, maybe it's late night snacking, maybe it's portion size. Just adjust that one thing for 7 to 14 days while continuing to log. And phase 3, integrate and sustain. This is where you start locking in habits. Keep logging, but simplify. Pre-log your next day in advance. Save your go-to meals and rotate them. Review your weekly averages once a week, not daily. By this phase, you're not logging for awareness. You're logging for precision. You'll start to see how certain choices affect energy, recovery, and cravings. Here's how to make this sustainable long-term. Log at consistent times. Same time each day builds rhythm. Use saved recipes and meals. Batch log your prep days. Anchor meals around protein. Set a logging window. Only allow yourself to log between certain hours so it doesn't bleed into your whole day. Pre-plan weekends. Know your anchor meals and non-negotiables. And when you're ready, slowly taper your tracking frequency, because the goal isn't to track forever. The goal is to train your awareness so well that you don't need the app to stay consistent. In 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start to notice your energy feels steadier. You're not asking, how did I eat that much anymore? You're sleeping better. Your workouts feel stronger. Your progress finally makes sense. And the scale, it stops being emotional. It becomes data. Energy balance is the playing field. Metabolism is your playbook. And food logging, that's your instant replay. It's how you learn to adjust mid-game. So here's your next step. Grab my free Energy Balance 101 Guide and Action Plan. The link is below. It walks you through the math, the mindset, and the method. Step 2, start phase 1 today. Just log your baseline. Get familiar with it. Then step 3, move into phase 2 to review, adjust, and repeat. And watch Understanding Your Metabolism next if you haven't already, because when you understand both, you're unstoppable. Remember, responsibility isn't restriction, it's clarity. And clarity is what gives you control. Don't forget to like and subscribe this and send this to a friend who's always saying, I just don't know why I'm not losing weight.